that one moment. That one day when the weight of the world feels too heavy to carry. When every path ahead seems completely gone. I know what that feels like. I've been there. But what if a single spark of hope, a single act of faith, was enough to change not just that moment, but the entire direction of your life? This is the story of how faith changes everything. And as you listen, remember, this is not just my story. It may also be your answer to the question you carry in your heart. What if I fail? I was at a breaking point. I had poured my heart into a business plan for months. But as the moment to present it drew closer, the fear became overwhelming. The what if I fail thought took over. It wasn't just a question. It was a voice in my head telling me I wasn't good enough, that all my effort was pointless. One night, as the final sliver of light vanished from my window, I finally spoke the words I had been holding back for years. I let my greatest fears pour out, confessing to the empty room that I was terrified of failing, terrified of wasting my time. In that moment, I felt the weight inside my heart flow away, like grains of sand slipping through my fingers. And if you are carrying that same weight, remember this. Silence makes fear stronger. Speak it. Release it. Tell yourself the truth of what you feel. And don't be afraid to lean on others, family, a trusted friend, a mentor. Sometimes their belief in you will remind you of the strength you already carry within yourself. But peace doesn't come simply because you ask for it. The next morning, I still had a long day ahead. My hands were clammy and my throat was dry. Yet something deep inside told me to keep moving. So I sat down, and for the first time, I wrote down every one of my worries. I gave shape to the shadows that once controlled me. And when I named them, they lost their power. Try it yourself. Write down your fears. See them for what they are, not monsters, but words on a page. When you give fear a name, you also give yourself permission to rise above it. And if you can, share them with someone you trust, a loved one, a mentor, a friend. Their words may remind you of truths you've forgotten about yourself, because your faith in yourself is always stronger than the shadows on a page. As the day turned golden, I remembered a simple truth. Even the longest shadows disappear when the morning light returns. My faith wasn't a wish for a different outcome, but a trust in the process. It was the courage to keep walking despite the fear. There came a time when I faced a choice, a decision that could change everything. The final proposal was due. I held the pen in my hand and I felt the weight of it. I remembered the truth that echoed within me. Every promise is a trust, and every trust will one day be tested. And when your test comes, remember this. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. Remind yourself you are not walking alone. Your faith, your effort, and the love of those who care for you, they are all with you. So I worked, sometimes long into the night. I studied, not just from books, but from the patience that work and study require. When the storms came, critical feedback, late nights, stress, I held my ground. I stood against the wind's relentless push, moving forward even as it fiercely drove me back. The storm swirled, but I endured and persevered, because I knew no storm lasts forever, and neither will yours. Whatever storm you face right now, it is not permanent. The voices of doubt, the weight of failure, the pressure you feel, they will pass. Hold your ground. Lean on your friends, your family, your mentors. Let them remind you of the strength you forget you have. I also learned that life is not meant to be lived alone. I sat with others, my mentors, my community, learning, sharing, listening. I came to understand that true strength is found not just in your own faith, but in the belief of those around you. Every challenge became a weight, not to crush me, but to make me stronger. In the end, I learned a timeless truth: that strength isn't the absence of struggle, but the courage to keep walking despite it. My heart was now filled with gratitude so bright that no darkness could ever overcome its brilliance. My steps grew steady, my mornings bright with hope, and my nights filled with a deep, unwavering trust. And so, may you too walk your path with courage. When the weight feels heavy, breathe deeply. Remind yourself, every step you take in faith is never wasted. Have faith in yourself, above all, because when you do, you awaken a strength that was always within you. And if you stumble, let your family, your friends, your mentors remind you to rise again. Because this is not just about my story, it is about yours. When you whisper, "What if I fail?" also whisper, "What if I rise? What if I grow? What if I succeed?" If this story touched your heart, I invite you to join our community. By subscribing, liking, and sharing, you help ensure these stories find their way to others who need guidance and hope. Each week, we share stories that inspire, build strength, and remind you of the light within. This is the Timeless Counsel,